There, we are now recording. So wonderful to have you all on this first live session of the social design. Really great to see you. We have a great group in this course, and first time I see your faces, and it's really wonderful to meet each other, even if it's this a little bit of a distant type of meeting. My name is Giovanni Charlo. I'm the coordinator of all the e-learning programs at Gaia Education. And I want to welcome Allison and Deborah, who are the facilitators for the social dimension, at least the English version of the social design, because some of you may know, this year we also are launching the Spanish version, and we already have a Portuguese version. So we're trying to cover as many languages as we can, and people from all over the world. Hopefully we'll continue to increase those languages and add French and German perhaps, and other languages that are shared globally. We obviously can't do every language. But in any case, welcome everybody. I want to turn it over to Allison, who may want to hear from you. And then to Deborah as well, because actually the two of them, well, I don't know how you plan to facilitate this, but I'll let you do that.
Okay. Yeah, hi everybody. I'm Allison, and I'm one of your facilitators for the social dimension of our program. And I'm aware that most of us are not native English speakers, so I will be trying to speak slowly and clearly so that everyone can understand. Please let me know if I'm going too quickly, so you can make a gesture like this, slow down, or you can type something into the chat and hopefully I'll see it there. If I don't see it, feel free to wave your hand and let me know by unmuting yourself. I mentioned this to a few people. It looks like most people have their audio muted, and generally on our live calls, we'll try to have that practice of muting our audios unless we're speaking, and that will allow the connection to be smoother and also reduce any noise that could get in the way of our conversation. And then if you want to speak, you can either raise your hand, unmute yourself, and Deborah and I should be able to see that you want to say something. So I'm going to be taking the lead on this live call, and maybe Deborah will take the lead on another one. Deborah, would you like to take a minute to say hello?
Sure. Thanks, Alison. Thanks, Gio. It's great to be here, and so lovely to see so many of you on this call, and thank you for being here, whatever the time is in your region. It may be not the best time for some of you, so I'm really grateful that you've made the effort to be here with us. I'm calling in from Devon in the UK today, and it's been a beautiful sunny day, and I'm just really looking forward to getting to know you all a bit and spending the next few weeks hearing more about your lives and your projects and the things you're excited about, and supporting you as best I can.
Great, thanks, Deborah. So just as Deborah's done, I'd like to just hear everyone's voice just for a sentence or three on this first call. And that's just so we can hear each other's voices and begin getting to know each other in a more personal way. Sometimes doing this course online feels very impersonal. It's like we're engaging with a computer and we don't have a sense of the human beings who are on the other side of the computer communicating with us. And so the live calls are often a very welcome chance for us to get to connect with each other as human beings, even though there's still a computer between us, or a computer or 1,000 computers, I don't know. So how about I'll call on people just in the order they appear on my screen, and when I say your name, go ahead and unmute yourself and tell us maybe a sentence about how you're doing right now, anything you want us to know, and a sentence or two about what you're looking forward to in this course. And after our introductions, I'm hoping to answer any questions. Gio and Deborah and I will answer any questions you have about Module 1 or about the course as a whole, and just help you all with any issues you're having getting started, and hopefully offer some inspiration to engage with the online platform. So I'll start.
Allison, I just want to mention, I know you probably forgot, but if people can also say where they're from.
Of course.
Which I didn't do. I'm actually right now in Connecticut in the Northeast United States.
Yeah, so again, name, where you're from, anything you want us to know about how you are right now, and anything you want us to know about what you're looking forward to on this program. So those 4 things: name, where you are, how you are, what you're looking forward to, in a couple of sentences. So I will model that. I'm Allison. I live in Missouri in a community called Red Earth Farms. And today I'm doing pretty well. I lost a dear friend to cancer yesterday, an ex-husband and neighbor and close friend. So I'm a bit sad, but I'm also feeling a lot of joy seeing you and connecting with you today. That was a long sentence. I think that's what I'm looking forward to as well, is connecting with all of you. Thanks. Daria, you're in my upper left.
Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. I live on a small island called Salt Spring, along the west coast of British Columbia in Canada, between Vancouver and Victoria. I was born and grew up in Italy, near Venice, also near the coast. And I'm doing pretty well today. I was away for a few days from the farm, and so I came back to a few little issues that I'll have to deal with today. I took the World Perspective course before the summer, and that was my first program, so I was really interested in it, and I decided to take the whole program, starting with the social dimension. So I don't know much about, I haven't had a chance to review the course material yet, but from what I read in the World Perspective, I'm really keen to read all about the other dimensions.
Great, thank you. Marika, I think I can unmute you. Oh no, I can't.
Okay. Here Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm living I'm living in New York State, in the Finger Lake region in the US. I'm originally from Italy, and it's just 1 year that I'm living here. And I took that course for organize my knowledge a little bit, and try to I don't know, go deeper in what it means, a transformation of the society, and how I can collaborate and participate in that. Yeah, and I'm feeling a little anxious, and it's one of my first time that I have online call, so and especially in English, I'm feeling a little anxious, but I'm very happy to meet everybody, you. And yeah.
Thanks for joining us despite your anxiety. Okay, Tila?
Sorry, we can't hear you, Tila. Perhaps you can type into the chat what you were going to say, but I think your microphone is probably not working because we can't hear you. Oh.
Oh, I think we just heard you.
Oh, really? Okay. Did you
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you speak up a little? It's very quiet.
How can I do that? Maybe like this.
Oh, that's better.
Okay.
Hello. My name is Tilla. I'm from Germany. and I'm very well today. I had a very busy week because I came from my holiday last Sunday, so I had a busy week catching up with stuff. But now I'm very happy that the weekend started because it's now 6 p.m. in Germany, so the weekend is about to start. And yeah, I'm very happy to join this course. I did my master's to the topic of design and sustainability, but that was 2011. So that's, yeah, 7 years ago. And since then, I kind of struggled financially, and I now have a job in marketing, and I'm not really that happy with it. So I'm very excited to get back into the material and get back into networking and, yeah, start the course and get to know all of you. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Tila. Okay, next I have, I'm not sure, is it Ingrid Wild Forboard? At least that's what shows up on my computer.
Ingvild is my name.
Ingvild, thank you.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Do you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good. So my name is Ingvild, and I come from Norway. I currently live in an eco-village, the first one in Norway, the biggest till now. And I feel excited about this. I've been waiting for it for some weeks. And of course, I misunderstood the time. So I think it's our time is changing tomorrow. So then we will be at the same time zone. My expectations, I would like to get more knowledge on how I can contribute to making this new eco-village a warm and loving society for everyone.
Thank you, Ingvild. Okay, Martina.
Hi, can you hear me? Yeah, good. Okay, I'm Martina. I live in Italy, in the north, in the Alps. On the border to Austria, so I'm partly. I come from a very week, so I'm quite tired, but I think this is a very good start to the weekend as well. And I'm really excited to meet all of you, and I especially like that it's an international course, so getting to know people from everywhere is nice. So the networking part is very important for me because I feel a little bit alone and sometimes a little bit crazy here in my region for thinking about community topics like are treated in this course. And this is why I'm very happy to meet people who are maybe already much more inside and know a lot of solutions that I can learn about, because I feel that in my life, the topics are adjusting. So the content of what I'm doing is right, but it's still in the old system. And I struggle a lot with that. So I'm really looking forward to learning more about other possibilities.
All right, thank you, Martina. Victoria.
Hello. Okay, I'm from Hungary, but I live in the UK for 10 years, so I'm not very far from Edinburgh and Findhorn, 2.5 hours. And I'm interested in natural buildings and similar topics, and kind of I realized that communities are important, and I would like to combine my interest with that kind of new prospect. So I would like to learn more about how those communities start, develop, and yeah, kind of how to make them work better. that's me.
Thank you. I read today somewhere that a better world doesn't just happen, it gets made. So I appreciate that. Okay, Anne?
Hi, sorry. Can everybody hear me? Okay. So I'm fine. It's been a good and exciting period for me right now. Actually, I'm doing a lot of learning, so I'm kind of excited about that. I'm based in Paris, but I'm actually from the US, from the Colorado and then the New York area. And what am I looking forward to? I think the community aspect, and I think learning from each other is always really exciting. My background is in dance, theater, movement, yoga, martial arts, so just a somatic approach. And it just feels like it's the right time to be extending that conversation into community as opposed to on a stage where it doesn't really make as much sense to me anymore as maybe it once did.
All right, thanks, Anne. Sarah?
Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I was wondering if there are several Sarahs around as well. It's a popular name. So I'm British, as you can probably hear, but I'm currently in New York. But I'm just about to move to Barcelona, which I'm really excited about. So I'm just excited today. I'm excited about moving, and I'm so excited about this course. I started looking at the materials, and I just can't tell you how excited I am. It's just what I've been looking for so long. Yeah, and what I'm most excited about, I think also just the community aspect, learning from each other, learning from all these amazing experiences that everyone has been having and the projects that you're doing, as well as having something a little bit more kind of concrete to, like some more concrete tools to go and do projects with. So thank you.
Great, thanks, Sarah. Okay, let's see. The next person I have, it says AYNI Foundation on your screen. Yeah, that's you.
Hi everyone. Yes, I need Foundation. It's come up because we also use Zoom a lot, so I might be able to fix that next time around. Yeah, hello everyone. Lovely to meet everyone. Apologies for non-English speakers. I've got a really bad cold. Well, it's not really bad, but it's quite bad. So I'm a bit snuffly. I'm the director of INI Foundation, one of the directors, and we have been working over the last 4 years through workshops. I guess what you would call looking at the module guide, kind of more of the inner work. And we find ourselves kind of graduating from 4 years and becoming, I guess, kind of expert in certain kind of processes and retreats and so on, and all of the functions around those, moving towards conscious communities, eco-communities. It's like I've always felt there was this, for many years ago, there was this really interesting bridge between, you know, meditation and shamanic work and so on, and the sort of permaculture and sort of, you know, eco design side of things. So we're in one of our projects, we're, I guess, in a kind of, maybe I'd like to think we're getting into the norming phase, and I found myself trying to do a you know, redo the vision diagram, and from there it was like a few links of Google, and I found myself at the Gaia course. And it was as if by magic, like, here's all the things you're going to need. So that's when I clicked the button. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next, Mighty Bites. That's our friend in Chicago. Is it Tim?
Yeah, it's Tim. Hi there, everybody. I'm actually on the shores of Lake Superior in Upper Michigan right now, but I own a digital agency and a certified B Corp in Chicago called Mighty Bites. This is our corporate Zoom account that I'm using. And I'm also the author of a book called Designing for Sustainability, which really focuses on the digital realm of sustainability and the amount of electricity and environmental impact of the internet. I'm here to learn about the kind of broad scope of sustainability and kind of get a more well-rounded understanding of sustainability principles, since I've got the digital stuff down pat, but I really look forward to meeting everybody and learning from everybody on everything else. So thanks, looking forward to it.
All right, thank you, Tim. Jason, you're next.
Hi everyone, can you hear me? Hold on, let me. Good evening there. It's midnight here in Taipei, Taiwan, where I'm at, and very excited to see all your faces. I've lived in the States for about 10 years and have returned back to Taipei now. My last job was a lead green building consultant. LEED is a green building rating system in the US. I'm taking a break right now from the job. I've been digging around on eco-living for a while, and that's how I found Gaia Education. I'm very excited about all the course materials to study with you guys, and especially on the ecological dimension. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Next, sorry, on my screen it just says BS.
Hi, can you hear me? Yes? Okay, my name is Bas. I'm from Eindhoven in the Netherlands. It might be possible that you hear my dogs barking, but apologies for that. Yeah, there they are. I'm actually pretty excited at the moment. Next week will be Dutch Design Week here in Eindhoven, and a lot of new designs will be displayed all around. I'm working on a few presentations I'll be giving on biomimicry. Maybe you know about the field biomimicry. It's looking for solutions in nature and apply that in design and innovation. The last couple of years, I've been working on sustainable design, and I recently picked up this book by Daniel Wall. And so I got to know about the Gaia Education Network, and that made me decide to enroll the whole Design for Sustainability course. And this is the first part, so for me it's the most unfamiliar part, I think, so I'm curious. Thank you.
Okay, great. Let's see, Keith.
Yes, hello. My name is Keith. I'm an American from Chicago, now living in Berlin. I'm a screenwriter and story consultant, and also a psychologist with a background of Jungian psychology, meditation, and so on. I would say I'm quite happy this weekend because I live in Berlin on a busy street in an apartment, but it looks like I will take over what in Germany is called a Kleingarten, or small garden, that is 650 square meters, that I can start to work on even in the fall, and that has already been well developed. I think that what brought me here in the big picture was since the last 12 years, I've been trying to address the need for the media to become more proactive about climate change and other environmental situations. It's very difficult. I came to realize how much denial there is in this field. So I need something that feeds my own aspirations, so that I can keep growing. The immediate trigger for me to join this time right now was an article in Post Carbon Institute by Daniel Wall. And I'm happy to be here and start something completely, entirely new. Thanks.
Great, thanks, Keith. Elle, you're up next.
Sorry. Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, hi. I'm Eleanor, also Elle, and I'm from Belgium. Grew up in the UK, but now live in the Amazon in Ecuador. And yeah, I mean, I work here with indigenous communities. I've been doing that for the last 4 years, which is in one way very inspiring. You know, the way they're very connected with natures and you know, try and live relatively in a relatively sort of harmonious way. But you also kind of see that it's not all you know, the realities of everything that's going on outside of the communities and all the threats from the petrol industry, from the mineries, deforestation, all that. Which kind of, you know, I work with a foundation to help these communities, but I definitely see a lot of the problems which, you know, like conflicts and if you're not all aligned on the same vision, and really, you know, it's a real thing. So when I saw this course, even though I really work more in the social part, and I see it every day, I think I could definitely benefit with a lot more kind of technical knowledge about it all, and also as a way for me to be able to contribute, not just support other communities, but to grow into my own community in the next few years, hopefully, and you know, synergize all of my ideas and my vision with other like-minded people. And yes, today I feel happy, excited, and also, yeah, as I said, very thrilled to be connected with sort of like-minded people, because sometimes I feel like when I'm out there, it's like, not everyone feels the same way. So yeah, that's it.
Great, thanks, Elle. Warren, you're up.
How's it? Can everyone hear me? Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm ecstatic today. I've had like the best day ever. Finalized my reapplication for university for next year. So I was studying biodiversity and ecology for 4 years. So I've got a fairly good grasp on the ecological dimension and sides of things. And through the study process, I literally went through my first spiritual transformation, just understanding the web of life and the flow of matter and energy between all of these different spheres. It just opened up my perspective, and I started to realize that our human systems are not designed as sublime as natural systems. So I wanted to study permaculture and learn a bit about it, and I contacted Ezio because I ended up moving to the same suburb where he lived in Durban, South Africa. And he's actually ended up moving overseas now. So I wasn't able to meet him, but he suggested I should take this course. And it's fantastic. It's everything that I've wanted. It covers all the other dimensions that your linear varsity dimension doesn't account for. So yeah, this is great. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Warren. Catherine?
Oh, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. Hi, I'm Catherine. I live in Zwolle, in the Netherlands, east of the Netherlands. I'm English. How am I feeling? I'm feeling fine today. A bit frazzled. End of a busy week. Let's have a look. What am I looking forward to? I think really getting everyone's experiences, learning new stuff. I work in it with a lot of groups. So really, I'm looking for ways of applying new knowledge to make it go better or to help the process. Yeah, that's me.
Okay, thanks, Catherine. Next is Kim. It looks like you have 2 windows open, Kim. They both have Kim Gideon on them. It's not really a problem for us, probably, but if you want to make things go faster or something at your end, you might close one of them, or not. How are you?
Hey guys, can you hear me? Fantastic. Hi. So I'm Kim, and I am in the United States in Texas. Doing okay. We've had a lot of rain here, a lot of flooding south of where I live. I'm in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. But the rain is good. We'll take it, but it's a lot right now. I have a background in education and in sustainability, and I also found out about Gaia through Daniel Wall's work. And I'm currently working on a project with some inner city high school children on a regenerative communities development project. So this program is going to be fantastic for me. I'm so excited for what I can learn, and also for getting everyone else's perspectives from around the world. Happy to be here.
Great, thanks, Kim. Fan, I think I saw a chat for you saying you're not able to speak because it's very late. Oh no, that wasn't you. You're up now, and yeah. Would you like to say hello from your midnight China location? Oh, it looks like her video might be frozen. She sent us a note saying it's over midnight her time, and she missed the alarm, but then she woke up to join us. It looks like her internet might be
I can
slow,
try
so
to unmute and see if, no, it's not working. So maybe.
we'll come back to her.
Yeah.
Okay, Guillaume says that his mic is broken. Hello, Guillaume. Let's all wave to Guillaume. Hi, Guillaume. Ciao. Bonjour. He says his mic is broken. He is French, but lives in Switzerland near Geneva. He says, I joined the course to get a better understanding of what is possible in sustainability and hear from people already in that field. And he says he'll try to fix his audio by next week. All right, and then we have Adelaide, if I'm saying your name correctly. Ade, hello. She says, sorry I can't speak on this chat today. Oh, let's all wave to Ade. Hi. She's been very busy. Hello, Ade. You've been very busy on the forums, introducing yourself and interacting with everyone, and I've really appreciated your comments there. She says, sorry I can't speak on this chat today. I'm in New Zealand and it's 5 a.m. We're in someone else's place, so I don't want to wake them up. It's great to meet you all and listen to you. She says, my pleasure. It's a completely new experience for me. Okay. And then Laura, she says, let's all wave to Laura. Hi, Laura. She says, I am Laura, and I also can't speak today because I borrowed a laptop where the microphone doesn't work. But the next time I'm probably going to be able to join with my voice. I'm really excited about this course. Everything I wanted to dive into a bit deeper. Perfect. I wonder, Laura and Adelaide and Guillaume, can you turn your video on so we can see your faces? And if not, that's totally fine. I understand it might be dark where you are, or you might otherwise be not happy to do that, and that's fine. But if you want to turn on your video and just give us a wave, that would be welcome. Okay, Laura also says, I'm calling from Germany. I just got back from Denmark, where I joined an earth activist training in a small community. I got really inspired by doing lots of breath work and the collective energy. So I'm really looking forward to the social dimension, learning a bit more about connecting with people authentically and working in groups. Thank you. Okay, and Fan says that her computer just restarted. Would you like to introduce yourself now, Fan? Okay, go for it.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. And also good evening to Jason. We are from the same time zone. My name is Fan Lin. I'm based in China. Sorry I'm late. I had a nap before, but I couldn't hear the alarm. Right now, I am an independent writer and journalist. Just started this career pretty recently. And before that, I was a software product manager based in Silicon Valley. But I left the state in actually 2 years ago. Well, and it's a long journey to come to who I am today. So my writing is focused on sustainability, particularly about the project and people stories about sustainable development here based in China. In September, I took 4 weeks class on eco-village design education. So that class is a wonderful and also transformative experience for me. And through that class, I determined that I wanted to become a certified EDE teacher. So that's good. I think that can help me possibly maximize my contribution to sustainability. So I'm taking this certification class. And thank you for everyone's participation. I'm really impressed by you guys' background as I have been reading. I look forward to working in the class together with you all.
Great, thank you, Fan. And if anyone has not yet looked at her blog, she's been writing some fascinating things already. And it's just wonderful to have someone inside China who's traveled abroad and is doing some journalism, I would call it, some research and writing about the Chinese environmental and social justice movement. So thank you for that work, Fan. Very courageous. So Ade has written another comment. She wants to say, let's see, that I'm really excited to meet everyone. Working with an online group is definitely outside of my comfort zone, so I'm looking forward to the challenge. I wanted to say that I'm working remotely for now with a community in Guinea. On a personal level, I'd love to learn more about compassionate communication skills, and we will be doing a lot about that in the second module especially, but really throughout the social dimension. Okay, is anyone else on the call who would like to introduce themselves and hasn't had a chance to yet? It's possible that my screen isn't showing everyone.
There's a second page, Alison, so there's a few more people, I think.
Oh, okay, wanna just
Jason, did Jason have a chance to speak already?
Jason did. I think I've got everyone on my one page.
Oh, okay. Just wave if you haven't had a chance to speak and we'll see if we can come to you.
Yeah, or just go ahead and unmute yourself and say hello.
I think you're right. I think everybody has spoken.
All right, great. So as I said, well, thank you all for those introductions. It's so wonderful to get acquainted with all of you all around the world and have people in all the hemispheres and times of day. I can just picture the whole globe with all of these twinkles happening all around it as we all connect to each other here. It's really fun. I wanted to give everyone a chance to check their understanding about what we're doing here, because an online course is a strange creature and not always easy to understand. So we have begun the first of 5 modules. The first one is about starting a group, starting a community, what you need in order to get started thinking about yourself as part of a group and how to work best with other people in a group or a community or an enterprise. And every module will have a text for you to read, a quiz that checks your understanding of the material, and you can take the quiz anytime. I recommend reading the module first and then taking the quiz. And then you can check the quiz yourself and see how you did. You have to do a certain number correct, like 80% or something, in order to pass the quiz. But Gio, I think people have a couple of attempts. Is that true?
Yes. Actually, the quiz is a multiple choice type of quiz, and you will get immediate feedback as to whether or not you got it right. You can try as many times, because what we want you to do is to succeed and to understand the material that we are presenting. However, you do need to score 70% on each module in order to qualify for a certificate. So that's the minimum, 70%, but you can try as many times as you want. Have fun.
Great. Okay. Right. So let me back up a little bit, because someone had a question about how to actually get started. And I noticed that a number of people haven't entered the platform yet. So you should have gotten an email from Giovanni. And if you didn't get it yet, contact your facilitator or Gio directly and make sure that you can log into the platform. Gio, I think everyone has gotten an email from you directly, right?
Yes, I sent to everybody, but sometimes emails end up in spam or something. Yeah. I imagine if anybody didn't get the email, they're probably not on this call, but I've been responding to those who send it in. Yeah.
Right. And Deborah and I are following up with those who haven't yet logged in to make sure that they can understand it. So you should see, when you go into the social dimension, you will see a tab on the left, a navigation bar. If you don't see that, go to the upper left and you'll see those horizontal lines that indicate there's more information hidden. Click on those horizontal lines and the hidden information will come in from the left, and you will see all the parts of the social dimension that are visible to you. And right now you'll only see one module. We'll open each subsequent module when it's ready to start. So right now, what you're responsible for is just reading that first module, which you can read online, just on your computer screen, or you can download a PDF, and those are both available right there where it says Module 1. We have about 9 or 10 days on average for each module to read it and do the activities. The second module is twice as long as the rest. So for the second module, we'll have a longer period of time, a couple of weeks. But the first module actually ends on Tuesday. So you all should be reading that module to your heart's content and doing the quiz and the reflection. Now the reflection is an essay question where you'll be writing answers to some questions that are designed to get you thinking more deeply about the material and your own personal engagement with that material. There are 2 other parts that are optional in each module. There's individual work and group work. The individual work is just something for you to do on your own, and the group work is something to do with others in the program. So you can, in the group work, it will say, you know, how many people to get together with, and maybe you want to do a Skype call or get together in a Google group and just discuss the topic that's given to you for the group work. But those 2, the individual and group work, we recommend highly that you do it because it can deepen your understanding of the material tremendously and your enjoyment of the course. But the required parts are the quiz and the reflection. If Deborah and I don't see those 2, we aren't able to give you a certificate of completion. And you will be able to get, this year, you will be able to get a certificate of completion for this social dimension if you would like that. Otherwise, you can get one for the whole program, the social, ecological, economic, and worldview, and final project. So that's an overview of the course and how it works. Anne, does that answer your question? Deborah said that you had chatted her a question about how to get started with the materials. I'm not sure I see Anne. Did she leave the call?
Yeah, she had to go. She wrote a message saying she had to leave at past, so I gave her some of the basics in a private chat message, how to get started. Okay, great. This video will be available for people to look at who are not here, or for you to look at again if you want to, if I talk too fast and you want to replay it. So now I want to open the floor for anyone who has questions about either how the program works or how Module 1 works, or really any questions about the program that you want answered.
Allison, yeah, if I may, I just want to add a couple of things to the way the course is designed. So for each module, you cover all what is there, but I just want to emphasize that the 2 activities that are optional, they're only optional in terms of the certificate that you will get at the end. But really, those the individual activity and the group activity are excellent resources for you if you plan to use this material in your own work, to teach, to work with school-age children or other groups. So even though they're not required for the course, they are there for you, and they are very valuable resources. And the other thing I wanted to point out is that in order to complete each of the dimensions, particularly now we're talking about the social, we also ask you that you do the survey at the end of the course. That will open towards the end of the course, but it is a requirement in order to receive the certificate. So I just wanted to point those two out. Thank you, Alison.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Gio. Yeah, and Deborah, chime in if you think of anything I missed. So Sarah is asking, can we complete the required assignments, the quiz and essay, after each module has ended? Well, you'll have to ask your facilitator because we have organized our lives so that at the end of each module, we have time to read all of the material. We each have 30 students. And so at the end of each module, we've set aside time to read your quizzes and read your essays and your other work and make sure that you understand everything and support you in whatever way you need. And then, you know, tick the box and say, yep, she's done it, he's done it, ready to move on. If you are late, if you're, well, first of all, please request an extension if you need one. If something comes up and you just can't get it done by the deadline, just please let us know. Just drop us a note, say something came up, I had to travel or whatever. I'll finish it by whatever, and say what you think is a reasonable time for you to complete the activity. Just so we know what's going on. Much, much, much appreciated if you let us know and request an extension. We will give it to you if we can handle it ourselves to mark your work later, but then if your work is turned in late, we may take more time to correct it or to get back to you than we normally would because we might not have the time set aside when you complete it. I do want to warn you though, if you are late on one module, it can be very hard to complete the next module. We have students every year that delay the modules and then they have a really hard time catching up. So if you do have to travel, we can sometimes give you access to the material before you travel so that you can get a jump start on it before you have whatever it is that's getting in your way. So that's one option. But if you do get behind, you will probably have to really scramble and scurry a bit during the next module to catch up. Yeah, and if you are on vacation without a computer, totally understand. Let your facilitator know, either Deborah or I, and we can see if we can get you the material in advance. Keith?
Yes, just the simple question, if we need to communicate directly with you, what's the best way to do that?
Right, so we have, if you click on, I think it's participants, right, Gio? You can either click on our names will get you to our profile and you can send us a direct message there, or under the participants list, you can find our names there. And we'll just get your messages right in our email inbox, even if we're not logged into the platform. Fan has a question about the PDF, Gio. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Gio.
Yeah, just a comment about, you know, keep in mind that we are all in different time zones. And so sometimes if you write a question or, you know, some issue early in your morning, it may be late at night in our time zone and we won't get back to you until the next day. And also on the weekends, we're usually, I don't work very much on the weekends, at least not in this work, I do other stuff. But I just want to point out that, you know, keep in mind that it seems like we're all on the same time, but we're not.
Thank you. Very true. And it may be your Friday morning, but my weekend has already started, or vice versa. Fan says she's been comparing the PDF with the online course material, and she's noticing some differences and wants to know if the PDF is the more updated version or the online version. Gio, can you speak to that?
Yes. The PDF should contain all the material that's on the online version. They should be similar, but we're catching up. We're doing a little bit of revision. For example, this year we added a bibliography and additional resources on the online version. That hasn't gotten to the PDFs yet, but all the content that you will need to read is in the PDFs. It's just that, I believe it's just the bibliography that is not quite there yet.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you. And she also notes that in the PDF, she can take notes and highlight right there in the material. So that's that's an option for you if you're offline. Also, if you log into the course early in the module and you know you'll be offline for part of the module, go ahead and download that PDF so that you can access it when you're offline. And then Elle is asking how to organize yourselves as a group for the group work. There are a couple different ways. You can either, you know, if you look at people's introductions and you see, oh, these 3 people are in my same time zone or on the same continent as I am, or they have a similar background or whatever, you can just contact them directly through their contact information in the participants list, or you can use the forum that's in the group work exercise itself. So the group work will give you a certain task to accomplish, and then there's a forum that's in that group work on the same page as the description of the work. And you can just go ahead right in there and say, hey, I'm in Berlin looking for someone else in Europe to do this with. Who would like to do it with me? And then if you want to reply and join that group, you can just comment right in the forum, just comment on that post in the forum. And that's how people often do that. But sometimes they do it on their own without using the forum. Does that answer your question, Elle? Okay, great. Other questions about Module 1 or how to use the material?
One more little comment about the what we expect your participation to be like. Obviously, what we're trying to do is also create a learning community online. So we strongly encourage you to use the discussion forum. It is not stated as a requirement, but occasionally you might have your facilitators pose a question or something that requires you to go to the forum. And the reason for that is because everybody in the course then can see the replies and they can reply to your posting, and there can be a little bit more connectivity among the participants. So help us create that learning community, be part of it by participating in the forum.
Yeah, thanks. The forums are a lot of fun. I hope you all enjoy them. Okay, I'm not seeing any more chats with questions. Go ahead and raise your hand and unmute yourself if you have a question or a comment for us. Nothing coming up at the moment.
If I may also just give you a little bit more information about the progress of the course. This course was really designed as a year-long course. You will notice that there are 5 parts. Each of them are about 2 months long. And then there's a little bit of extended time to complete. So in the year, what we expect or what we are offering people the possibility to do is to study each of the 4 dimensions of design: the social, ecological, economic, and the worldview. Once you complete those 4, but not before, you are then able to join a design studio. And in the design studio, we divide people up into groups of 3 or 4, and they work in a case study of their own, something that they propose. And then we assign people to 3 or 4 each in each case study. And at the end, we will deliver to the facilitator a full project design of your own doing, integrating as much as you can of the 4 dimensions that you will be studying. So the course is intended to be this year-long course. However, some people are only interested in the social aspect of design, so they may only take the social course. And some people are only interested in the ecological or economic, and they may only take that. But in order to receive the full certificate and come out of here as a sustainability designer, you do have to do all the pieces. I don't know if you have any questions around that or if that has been made clear, but I wanted to point that out as well. I see that Fan may have a question. Yes, Fan.
Yes, thank you, Joe. So glad to hear that you mentioned about the design studio. So we can propose a project of our own. What do we need to do? What information do we need to provide in order to propose a qualified project? The reason I'm asking this is that I'm going to move to an eco-village in a little less than 1 month. And I'm interested in proposing that eco-village as a project.
Yeah, very good, Fan. I'm really happy for that. It's a little premature to talk about that yet because you won't be able to join the design studio until you finish the 4 dimensions actually. So the design studio always run in the summer. The earliest to join the design studio is next summer. And we send out a little description of what we need to have in the case study proposal. Basically, that you be willing to lead the group, that the case study is something that you have enough information to share with others, and things like that. I don't have all the criteria right now with me, Fan, but I can send it to you. In any case, not until next summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And by then, you'll have had almost a full year to experience the eco-village, and you'll have a lot more data to use and information and observations when you're doing your design. I know one of my early permaculture teachers said it's best to live on a site for a full year before you make any big changes. So maybe by the time you get to the design studio, it'll be able to bear more fruit for you.
Yes,
Elle, did you raise your hand? Sorry, Fan.
I'm done. Yes.
Okay. Elle, were you raising your hand?
No, I didn't. It was unintentional. Sorry.
Okay. Okay. Well, we set aside 1 hour for this call, and each of the live calls will be about 1 hour, 60 minutes. So I wanted to know if, just as before we close, I think we have a couple of more minutes. I wanted to hear from anyone who has read some of Module 1. If you could share with us something that you enjoyed about Module 1, something you learned, something you appreciated, something that was a gift to you in some way, that enriched your life. So, Jenny? Oh, hi, Jenny. Have you just joined us?
I don't know how to talk to you.
I can hear you, yeah.
I'm not very technologically savvy, so it took
no, it's
me
good.
a minute to work it all out. Like, I've read some of the module, actually. I really enjoyed the bit about the steps for a community to develop, and I liked how you put it into situations with like work and with your family and stuff. And I took it to my job today to see like the dynamic between my work community. Do you see what I mean? And it's definitely opening up to a different level of thinking. I like it.
Great, thank you, and welcome to the call.
Thank you.
Anyone else want to share something? I hope we can hear from a couple of more people about something they've read that they enjoyed, or a link maybe they enjoyed pursuing, a video.
So one quick comment on the Module 1's material. I've been reading, but not too much yet. I definitely see that there's a lot more depth than the ED class that I took, because that class is more concentrated within 4 weeks. I noticed that the explanation for the phrases of the building of a community, it's more explained, like in a great depth. That's what I like about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and Fan, I think you had mentioned before that you wanted to become a certified trainer. Was it you? I'm not sure.
Yes.
But
yes.
So this is how we designed the certified trainer program: is that people take an EDE, which is the residential program, to really get the feeling of what it is to be in a community and deal with all these issues. And you get information about that in those EDEs. But then a course like this one online gives you the opportunity to have deeper information, more activities, more thought on your own with the research that has been done. And the third piece is to take what we call a TOT, training of trainers, where you learn the methodology and the pedagogy that we use and how to deliver the material so that everybody is included, things like that. Once you do all those three, then you are pretty much trained to be a certified Gaia education trainer. And that's the design in our programs.
And for those who aren't familiar, EDE just stands for Eco-Village Design Education. And it is possible to go ahead and do one of those during or after one of these courses as well. It's just in person and it's shorter. So there's a bit less material and usually not as much international participation as well.
But a lot more group integration.
Yes. Thanks for that observation, Fan. Do you say fan or fun?
Fun.
Fun. Thank you for that observation.
Thank you for asking.
Yes. Keith?
I wanted to thank you for posting up the video of Thomas Berry's. I think that one thing that we're all looking for is a kind of deep symbolic framework that brings together science and spirituality. There's another excellent video of his where it's about an hour long, where he explains the 12 steps of his understanding of the spiritual and biological oneness. I'm going to dig it out of my archive and I will post it up for everybody because it's really worth looking at.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I want to highlight that Deborah and I are your guides. We're accompanying you on your journey in the social dimension and offering our personal and professional enhancement such as it is, but we did not write the material. So actually I wrote a small portion of the material, but most of the material you'll be engaging with was written by a team of international scholars and writers on the topics that are in those modules. And so I appreciate your appreciation, and Gio, you can pass it on to whoever put that video in there. I love that video too. All right. Yeah, and if you do have any questions about the content or where it came from, you know, we can find out more information too about that.
Alison?
Yes, Deborah.
Adelaide just wanted to share that she enjoyed learning about maximizing edges, and it was very powerful, even though they don't quite have the word for it in French. So she's looking forward to putting that in practice in her life.
Right. Maximizing edge. That very fertile place where two different things meet and all the things that can come out of that meeting. There's a lot of edge in this program. I was thinking about this program during my permaculture course recently and how many edges there are among all of us with our different cultures and backgrounds and genders and ages. And I am excited to see what comes out of that fertile connection. And we're at time, so that's this call. We'll see you in the forums. Do please engage there and have fun completing Module 1. Again, that's due by Tuesday, and we'll begin Module 2 on Wednesday. You'll see that open up, and you'll be able to get involved in that. Again, Module 2 is big. It's the heart of this module, so please do your best to get Module 1 completed by Tuesday. And as we exit or before we close, I'd love to hear if everyone would just say goodbye or see you later in a language that you enjoy speaking in, whether it's your native language or not. So let's all just say goodbye in some language that we enjoy, and then we'll close the call. Do svidaniya.
Bonsoir.
Bye.
Ciao a tutti. See you next time.
Bye.